Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm gonna go over cryptocurrency, smaller cap cryptos, because these things right now they're not really pumping. Some of them are, but not a lot of them. Thing is that when things don't pump in crypto, I can sense it. CT and YouTube gets depressed. You can see it in their coins right now. Their YouTubes. So it's just DCAN, which is probably a good thing to do. I'm not really a fan of, oh, let's all pile into Bitcoin, ride Bitcoin up, rotate out of Bitcoin and get into the altcoins. That can work. That's probably a safer strategy. By the way, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, be really, really appreciated. That can work. That's a safe strategy. However, if you want to buy something like Nakamoto Games at say 19 cents, maybe even lower down to 15 cents, by the time Bitcoin's done with its pump, Nakamoto Games could be up to, who knows, $1.20 or maybe even $2.50. And you missed a lot of the gains. So what we need to do, what's step number one? What is step number one? Come on, you guys follow my channel, know what it is. You got to go see where's retail playing. So you come over here, over to CoinGecko is usually what I do. I like CoinGecko. I go to CoinMarketCap too, but you go to the bottom, you have your trending coins and click right here, more coins. And we go see where retail's playing. They're still playing with ApeCoin. What the heck is up with ApeCoin, man? That was a 2022 coin. But, I looked at ApeCoin's chart real quick. It does look like it's somewhere near the bottom. So it's probably a good time to play with ApeCoin. Polygon Matic. I go over Polygon Matic a little bit. I think I know what Polygon Matic has done. Pendo Coin. Guy on Twitter talked to me about that. That coin has gone up a lot. I think it's going to break all-time highs. So it'll still keep rolling out more than likely. Very, very bullish. Peppy Coin still on the list. Arbitrum. Oh, wow. Look at that. Gaulis in there too, guys. Somebody made a negative review. Oh, Nakamoto Games is on there too, guys. Finally. I didn't see Nakamoto Games on the list. It's funny. Nakamoto Games goes up. Look at that. It finally made the list. But when it was over here, nobody wanted to hear about it. It's up 200%. You see how that works, guys? You see? Like, when it was through here, they don't want to hear about it. I ain't doing nothing, man. You're dumbass, man. What are you fuck TA, man? Come on, dude. Like, what's going on? You hadn't done nothing, man. Come on, man. That TA stuff don't work. God, what are you doing? All that crap. So, I'm just joking, guys. TA really doesn't work. It's all voodoo. It's all voodoo. TradingView is just one big voodoo corporation. You didn't know that? I mean, imagine all the resources TradingView needs for people to get their charts. And at any one time, 15 million people are using TradingView or something like that. Yeah, there's 15 million people that are voodooing it in the markets. Charts don't work. I like that. So let's go back to it. I'm just being a little bit facetious, guys. Let's go back to it. Okay, here's the deal. Nakamoto Games. I'll go over this real quick. You see that? It's coming down. It might have another shot up to the pink area, guys. Now, here is the dilemma. What do? Do you exit? Do you exit all of it? Do you exit a portion of it? Do you hold on, make a round trip? Because it could come all the way back down here, right? So you're doing a round trip where you started. That's up to you, guys. That's up to you. I haven't decided what I want to do yet. I'm still in it. This is a very bullish asset, guys. So, it's one of those coins that you could wake up one day and, it's at 25 cents and you see the thing that's 75 cents. That's the issue. There's no doubt about it. It's a bullish coin, guys. Extremely bullish. Out of all the gaming tokens, it's bullish. There's another one, too, I told you guys pay attention to. It's called Gamers. It goes by LFG. You know what that means, guys, right? LFG. Let's fucking go. LFG, where are you? See? Right over there, guys. That demand zone came in there and it came over here, did a sideways correction, and it's probably good now. So if it comes back down to those areas, I mean, you want to do a shot over here with it, it could do something decent. And into the end of the year, you could get a 100 or 200, 200% move. Something like that, going into end of December. So I think realistically looking at everything on a smaller cap crypto portfolio, If you do it right, you should be able to hit a 3x. I think by December would be realistic. If you're really good, maybe a 5x. Okay, depends on if you hit some of the higher the good coins. So let's go through the list of some of what I'm looking at. And this one right here, guys, it's Aave. And I know a lot of people don't like Aave. I mean, it stopped pumping, so it's not on the retail's eyes anymore. But that's that downtrend line from, what are we looking at here? 2021. Yeah, 2021. And it broke it. And you could see Aave come back down to these areas and then get ready to make a run out of there. It has, you know, this was a good little area. A lot of more interest in Aave on the volume down there. So that's a good signal. Here was this low in June 22, came back all the way through here. And then it made another low. It didn't break that. It broke the trend line. It's giving off some decent signals. Now, Aave is, you know, the good thing about Aave, guys, is a limited supply. The tokenomics are good. I think the inflation on Aave is like 3%, like Bitcoin, guys. So it can pump. It definitely can pump, guys. It can surprise you. It would be like, I wouldn't say that Aave is a Cardano or like a you know, one of those coins or anything like that. You know, definitely not an Ethereum, but you know, it's out of the safer cryptos. You know, you could probably raise this up a little bit higher into the quote unquote safer zone if you went in cryptos. Okay, with Aave. All right, so probably no 10x anytime soon, obviously, because it's got to get up to $700 in a massive market cap. But you know, you could do some decent trades with it possibly, and I'll definitely keep my eye out for it. See if I see a decent setup for it in this area, and maybe for a pop, like say 66 up to $100 on like maybe a trade or something like that, guys. Okay, so that's a potential over there, especially if Bitcoin is going to go up, Ethereum go up. You know, this will definitely go up a little bit. You can see what it did on its run over here, June 22. Basically from that line all the way up there, it went up 124%. So it's a potential player. Aptos, a lot of people are into Aptos, and you know, I made previous videos. I thought that for sure this $5 zone area for Aptos was a solid bottom for it, guys, for sure. So I think it's just going to be playing around in that area for Aptos. I'm not a huge Aptos fan because the market cap is way too high for a new coin. You know, so limited pumpability because of that. Arbitrum. Let's see. A0 is not looking good. It's back down into that zone. So it's looking like this whole section was one big massive flat. If this is an impulse, and here's your flat move that took it, let's see, August, and look at that, a 1 year flat. That's what flats do, guys. Flats just kill you, man. They kill your spirit. That's what they do, these big old flats. But the cool thing is, if this is a flat, if this is an impulse and this is a massive flat, you're going to have a pretty decent run over here. You could have a pretty decent shot over there because it consolidates and makes that solid base right here, guys, like this. If perhaps that's that. Okay, let me put it back on black. All right, not blue, but this flat area. It makes this solid base to be able to go. I've showed videos on that before. Veracity was one of them in the beginning when it made that solid base, guys. Okay, so Bitcoin Cash, you got my take on that. I know a lot of people are going to say it's going to keep pumping. Well, Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin Cash is going to go up. Yeah, I know Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, it'll go up when Bitcoin goes up. It'll come back down here, and then Bitcoin goes up, and it just goes up like that. And then comes back down like that, guys. Okay? So, you know, everything's pointing towards going down in this section, guys. On all my algos, everything, on the daily, on the weekly, all time frames, everything's just saying down. So, Bitcoin Cash, I mean, look at this coin. Like, you know, it's you know, the chart tells me it's some sort of ragtag coin. From July 17 went here over in this area. You know, more than likely what it's going to do is you just take this right here, this section, you know, you got your little boom, 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 boom. Boom. You take that, right? And just take this and move it over here. You see? Look, that's probably what's going to happen, just like that. Okay. So it's a ragtag coin. It's a ragtag coin. Sorry, Japanese. I know you love your Bitcoin Cash, but it's a ragtag coin. Okay. Binance coin. You know, this one's under fire, guys. If he breaks this low, the 183 is to pay attention to. But Binance coin, man, you don't want this one to go down. This will definitely put damage into the market, but we'll see how that's going to play out for CZ. So I've gone over Bitcoin, some other coins that are in this list. Now I'm going to go over 2 coins at the very end. I'm going to show you something. I went through the list. Okay, I went through the list. Here's DMTR, Dimitra. You know, somebody says on Twitter that like he was concerned about it. It's like, guys, it's up here. This whole section, in my opinion, is a correction. Now you see the 9 on the weekly crossed it. It could come down here. This 0.023 is definitely a target. It's probably going to rest on there for a little bit and come back down in that section. But from January to February, it went into an impulse, and now the time has been quite substantial where it's going to make a nice, you know, this whole move and then back down this section, and this whole thing is going to be a correction in this area for it to do another run, guys. Okay. And these guys are doing some real stuff. I keep up with them, and they're out in Peru and I think Bolivia and other places helping farmers using this technology that they have, the smart farming. So I think that they're onto something. You just have to be patient. It's in a correction, and this thing has a potential to do a pretty good pump, guys, up to the pink, up to the pink. It might take it some time, but like, you know, 20x right there, guys, is what I'm thinking. But you know, you probably have a couple more months or some time to get that pump. So you're gonna have to be patient with that one. So Ethereum, let's see, AI tokens, fetch, Flow's getting a little bit of attention. You know, I mean, look, at the end of the day, like here's its low right over here, and here's a low over here. You know, just based off looking at the chart, you know, even though it's still in a downtrend, you know, if you're good with Flow, which I mean, fundamentally, it's pretty decent coin, guys. It does have a few users on there. It's doing some pretty cool stuff. But in this area, you know, like that's where you want to be buying it, right? When nobody wants to buy it. Everybody hates the coin. There's nobody talking about it really. I think I saw one YouTube mention of it. And this would certainly be the area to be checking it out. You know, if you're looking for something more long-term run over here, guys. So the guy's been asking me about Phantom. I mean, Phantom is just like, you know, probably in a little corrective mode over here in this section, guys, on the weekly. I mean, Phantom still looks pretty strong to me, guys. You know, these are just the areas at 16 cents is an area. So for that, Gala was on the list. Wonder why the retail was checking out Gala. Definitely an area to be checking out Gala, guys. It's the same thing as Flow. If you're bullish on it, you know, that demand zone at 18 cents was right there. So definitely an area to be checking it out. GLQ is another one I've been checking, guys. It's doing a sideways deal, probably kind of like this in this area. So it went sideways for a real long time. It could be doing that in this area, but the reality of it is a pump from there to there to there. You know, you're looking at 10x, just a pump. That's just like a little pump. And you see it goes up here, and then from January to February, so 1 month. That's what's going to happen with a lot of these coins, guys. A lot of these coins is people that are, you know, it's going to be here, and it's just going to pump. It'll be done in a month. Won't even be on anybody's radar till it's up here. Okay, it'll be the same thing. Coin over here, it'll be on people's radar when it's up there. Okay, so you have to think of it like that. So you want to go through the pain. So you're going to have 2 types of pain. You're going to have the pain that you have now, and you're going to have the pain that you have later. You want to go through the pain now in this market and suck it up. Okay, and suck it up and deal with the pain. Oh man, I'm not making any money and all this other crap. Or maybe you lost a little bit, etc. You want to go through the pain now, because when retail is going to come back and these coins are up flying potentially, and who knows when, it might take it another year. They're going to enter in and they're going to feel they're going to have that feeling of euphoria, right? But then their pain will come when it rolls over, guys. Okay, go through the pain now, and then you get exit out of the euphoria stage, and then it rolls over, and then they feel their pain. You're not rarely is anybody going to not feel pain in the markets, guys. Very rare. Okay. The expert traders are the ones that are not feeling pain, but they're on top of their game. So that's not to say that they're not doing it. They're just going through the stress to make sure that, hey, you know, they're not going to be losing anything or exiting in and out. So all depends on how you want to look at it, guys. But it's the time is now to do that, in my opinion. I went over Illuvium a little bit, guys. I'm not really too impressed with Illuvium. The tokenomics, man, they got something going on there. I can't quite put my finger on. It is a very cool coin, but the price action just is not proving anything yet. So Illuvium, I would wait till this thing does a couple more waves if you're really into it. That's just my suggestion, not financial advice. ISP, it's one I've entered in, came at demand zone. This is another one. Do a real quick shot, guys. Okay, it's a Web3 token. Web3 token going over Kaspa coin on a weekly. That's a nice looking weekly bounce right there, guys. Okay, so more than likely, what is Kaspa doing here? Yeah, it's looking like it is going bullish. Okay, so it hit the 21 or the 40 here. Okay, so here's this wave and it came back around, corrected. It's probably going to be doing another one. So it's probably doing something like what it did down here, guys, to continue on its trend. Okay, so otherwise it looks pretty decent. I still have the targets up there on Kaspa, guys. Obviously that target and then the ultimate target right here, 0.007. And then if you were in Kaspa, when I said to enter into Kaspa, you should have taken profits right there. I put 2 videos out, like take some off the table. That was freaking 7-8x, take it off the table. And then ultimately, you know, you're looking at 15x on that move. It just happened to take a long time. And that's realistic in cryptocurrency market right now, guys. If you made a 15x in a coin right now, I'm talking about this Twitter guy that's like claiming he's the best trader in the world and he found all these 100x's like in the bear market. I'm like, that guy needs to go to the Guinness Book of World Records. I don't know if you guys saw it on Twitter, right? He needs to go to the Guinness Book of World Records and say, not only does he need to do that, he needs to play lottery too, because he could win all the Powerballs. He could win all the Powerballs, right? Yeah, it's like I was like, oh yeah, I got all these. So I'm going to go over to coins here. This coin, Coinos. I'm still a little sketch on that one. I mean, pretty decent little sketch. Chainlink is let me see that. I don't think that's the whole chart. You know, very, very bullish, but you know, it's just working on getting its way out of there, guys. So it's looking like that spot right there was the bottom at 492 for a Chainlink, guys. I'll be straight with you. If you get a rollover on Chainlink and it gets down to 440, 450, or 390 or $4, you might want to bite on Chainlink a little bit. You know, it's a solid coin. I don't think you're going to get a massive run. I do have targets in these areas when it does that. It's I have to double check Chainlink too, but in this area, guys, you know, 22 and as high as 37. Chainlink, okay. Litecoin, I ain't going over Litecoin, guys. I mean, like Litecoin's chart is, you know, I think it's going to do a trend up here. I think it's just going to be a grind for Litecoin, guys. Okay, so that's how I look. I'll go over Matic in a different video. Nakamoto Games, I gone over that. Very, very bullish asset, which I'm glad to see that people are starting to freaking realize that. Let's see. What's the other ones got going on here? Vulcan Forge. You know, let Vulcan Forge break out of this freaking consolidation zone before you even start playing with it. You know, because who knows how long is it going to hang out in there for this period of time. So that's what I would do. I mean, it does look like there's some sort of inverse head and shoulders, like bastardized version of it. You can see here, and then maybe here's the head, and then maybe over here's another shoulder, and maybe it's going to get out of there at some point. But the chart right there, it's just, you know, price action is telling you that people are just really not interested in Vulcan Forge yet, but it's maintaining that area. So I mean, it's a positive. Like, it was a stable coin for a year. So Quant Crypto, same thing. It's working on getting out of there. But I mean, I'm pretty confident that this is the bottom area. It's now Quant needs the support of the market to get out of there, guys. So this was the trade on Quant right over here. When this was going on, this was more fun, in my opinion. June to like August, September was more fun in crypto than it is now, because you had coins that were pumping. I mean, look at Quant, guys. You had coins, like solid big coins like Quant, that were pumping. Ethereum was pumping. Binance was pumping. All kinds of other coins were pumping. And Bitcoin was just kind of like, you know, kind of grinding its way up. So Shield Protocol. This is one very, very bullish, more bullish than Render Coin. And this to me is like its down section, and then it's doing a sideways deal in here on the weekly. And I'm kind of expecting to get back down here 67 cents. Just thinking this reasonably, right? So December 22 into what is this? Basically May. So it had an uptrend, and it's going to come back down over here. So you probably have a lot more time for it. So I think it's going to penetrate on the weekly, the 21, and get back down here. This 40 will be up here, and that'll probably be the target on it. So not time to mess with Shield Protocol quite yet. Solana coin is pretty decent. It's looking like it's coming around. A lot of big players are getting into it. So if you want to get into it, you know, I don't blame you, man, because you'll have the support of other people in Solana. So fundamentally wise, user wise, everything looks really, really good. So from that point of view, doesn't no, it's just the negative mark. But if it gets that back down to 18, like that, you can get a run up to 30 or 31. Now, I do have those targets up there, and those are reasonable targets, but that's where everybody else is going to be targeting it too. You have to realize that, okay? So they're going to be checking out the 36 to 38 target, okay? And they'll definitely be exiting their bags up there, guys. So we're likely at 31 or 32. I'd probably take that exit and get out if you do that for a trade right there on Solana, okay? But they'll be exiting out in that area. You're going to be aware of that. There'll be some dumpage going on, because I think those guys that are in it, they're going to be trading Solana, because though they might be confident a little bit in the cryptocurrency market that are doing it, I think that they're going to be like, well, just in case, you know, it gets up here and Solana could come back down over here, maybe to $15 again. Not to say that it would, but that you got to think, like, what are they thinking, right? What are they thinking? Obviously, right here, 33, and as high as that 38, right? Right there. That's where they'll be targeting Solana, guys. But pull back at 18, boom, up to 32. Okay. UFO gaming. This thing, man. It's just bottoming out in that area. This targets on UFO gaming, guys. Once it goes mark, I would say just right in that area, be a pretty decent run for it. And to initially start for it, okay. Vicoin. I think with Vicoin on the weekly right here, you got to move. I think it's going to come back down. It's just making a base. I think it's going to, I don't think it's going to be coming back around to do a shot quite yet. I think we might see some more consolidation with Vicoin, guys, in this area. Okay, back up, and it might come back down like this, and it might be doing another one like that and then do a shot out of there. You got to realize that it could be sideways for a while, but as long as Vicoin hangs out in this area, guys, in this area, kind of like this, and then up, it'll definitely be a shot out of there, guys. I'm very, very bullish on this coin, and it's the one of the few assets. It's a registered security in Europe. You know, by the time retail gets to this coin will be, who knows where this coin is going to be. By the time retail catches on to this is going to be above the pink zone, and you know, way up here, something like that. And most of the move will be missed. And it's in this area. Nobody's paying attention to it. It's boring. It's going sideways, etc. But it has this massive candles over here, and it's coming down into a bullish flag. Okay, bullish flag. Even if it comes back down there, that's still a bull flag. Okay, bull flag, guys. Boom, and then boom at some point. Okay, so I'm going to go over the two coins I was looking at. Veracity coin, same thing. It's going to be doing probably the same thing as Vicoin. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying worst case scenario, probably some sideways action, and then eventually it'll roll on out probably at some point. When? I don't know, guys. But the thing is that the move could be massive on Veracity coin. Like it'll just freaking rip, just like it did over here. It ripped, and then it'll be coming down over here, and it's just gonna rip up to the pink, and it could go even higher. Who knows where that's gonna end up, guys? I know the tokenomics. We're gonna go with tokenomics on it. And that's true. It does have tokenomics issue. You want to pay attention to that. But you know, at the end of the day, if you notice some coins with bad tokenomics, they do pump. You just want to make sure tokenomics is for a long-term hold, a longer term hold, guys. Okay. So Bitcoin, good tokenomics. Ethereum, excellent tokenomics. You can hold on to that and be very confident it's going to go up and to the right, generally speaking. You can't say that about Veracity coin. You know, this thing could do a shot up to, say, that 10 cents, and maybe something happens and it doesn't work out, and it doesn't, it goes sideways for like 4 years, like Litecoin. It could do that, guys. So pay attention to stuff like that. But now the 2 coins, I'm going to go over 2 coins that I can't explain this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 2 coins and looking at it from a numbers point of view. So I was looking at some coins. I'm like, which of these coins? So normally, like, the coin that I think is going to pump the most is not the one that's going to pump the most. It's the one that I'm not paying attention to, or I'm just like not impressed with it. I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, what's so great about this coin, and why are the algos are telling me this thing's going to pump at some time? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over coin. Oh, by the way, let me go to render here. Render. So here's the deal with render. Okay, so you see render's been into an uptrend for a long time. I still think people are entering in at too early of a point. But if you're a long-term player, hey, this is a really good. Obviously, look at the chart. You know, like at some point it's going to come back down here, and you're going to be having shots probably way up beyond $8. But I still think that it's coming down to this 40 right here, guys. Okay, so by the time it gets down there, you're like looking at $1.40, maybe in wicks down to $1.20. Just don't know. So I think it's a little bit early, just because of time that was in here into this this pump right here. Okay, I could be wrong about that, but that looks like candle consolidation and one more. So like this, maybe. So see, a little consolidation, maybe pump up, and then one more down. So what will happen? Bitcoin goes up to, let's say Bitcoin goes up, right? So this will go up. You know, it'll be on. It could go up like that and then come back down, right? It could do a pump from $1.80 all the way up to $2.50, and it'll be on. Excuse me, it'll be on the retail's radar because it's going up again, just like Injective Protocol. You know, Injective Protocol did the same thing. Let me go to that. Okay, Injective. So like you see Injective, it's in this area, bounced off that 21, but it still hasn't broken the high. And this is very bullish too, guys. I was in this trade. I was talking about it. I was like, this coin, man, this coin's going to go pump, and it finally did it here in December, and it pumped up. But the thing is, you know, it could do one more. You know, it could do one more up here, guys. So it could do one more. It's set up to do another one, actually, into that area. But eventually it's going to do a pretty decent correction, because you got a pump here, and then this massive correction, and probably a wave here, this correction, and then up, and then it'll probably do a correction like this in this section. So just be aware of that on Injective Protocol, guys. All right, so the 2 coins, I'm going to go over 2 coins here. And the first coin I'm going to go over, let you guys know that for some reason, I don't know why, I keep looking at it, it's freaking Velo coin, guys. This Velo coin, I looked at it fundamentally, and I'm like, what are they doing? It's so fantastical. I can't find anything, but this coin right here is looking at targets, algo targets of $1, basically. And you're talking about a serious, massive move. Now, this is not going to happen in 30 or 60 days. This is probably, like, even if it's 2 years, let's say 2 years, and you're like, who freaking cares when you're looking at numbers like that? You know, 35,000% or something. That's the potential down the road for this coin for some reason. Don't know why. Maybe there's something going on that they're just setting up, and it's going to take off. Just, it doesn't make any sense to me, but usually the markets don't make any sense. Look at what's going on right now with the NASDAQ, guys. I mean, look at that. Look what's going on with some of these other ones. The markets are going to do irrational things sometimes. So that's the one, that one, boom. Now, initially, here's a pump back down and come into this area. I'm still looking for this pump on Veracity coin at some point, and that's a 10x. That's 10, 15x right there, guys. I mean, even a pump from here to there, that's 200%, and to there, that's 300%. But it's going to do pump. Probably breaks those highs, and boom, it's going to go right up there, guys. You look at 10, 15x. I still think Veracity is going to be able to do that. It's going to be a patient waiting game. So you go over here, see, retail's not paying attention to it. But when will it be on the list? When will it be on the list over here? Think about that, guys. When Velo coin goes up there, does that move, right? Unless all the other coins are doing it too. But if it doesn't move like that, then it'll be over there on the list, and it'll be too late. It'll be too late because it'll probably consolidate again in this area. Okay. So that's how I'm looking at it with Velo. I just think the risk to the reward is pretty decent, guys. I mean, like, where do you think you should be buying a coin like Velo? You know, where's retail going to buy it? Like right here. They're going to buy that right there. And they go, oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, it's not that. Oh, yeah, new bull run. And then guess what? Boom, 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 boom. You see? And then this is the area you want to be buying it, right in this area. And then look at the interest in it in the volume candles. So interest in it, that's a pretty good signal in my opinion. And then the other one I'm going to take a look at, that is surprisingly, if you guys can believe it, is Crust Network. And it's interesting, the chart is similar to Velo, but this one is saying same thing to the $40 area at some point in the future. And like I said, this isn't going to happen in 2 months or even 6 months, but 2 years down the road, you know, let's say a 2-year run in a, you know, an investment at $1,000 is basically 50, 60 grand into this if it makes that move just like that, guys. So I'm looking for a move here with Crust. It's coming down. It's at 75 cents, and which, by the way, I own both, a little bit of both tokens. And I'm just going to like look at it and just probably casually, hey, let me grab a little bit more Velo, boom, a little bit more Crust, and let it go sideways for a little while. That definitely could happen. And then, you know, the next move that it could do is there's your 2x, and then right there's a 3, 4, 5, 6x. And then if it can make a move up to there, you start looking at 10, just like that. Boom. Okay. Now, is it going to do it this year? That's a good question, guys. I don't know if it's going to do it this year. By the end of the year, as an example, it could. It wouldn't shock me or surprise me if just, hey, it's not going to do it up there. So right now, my thinking is it's not going to do it. For some reason, I'm saying, I don't think it's going to do it. I think it's just going to go sideways until 2024, and then this thing's going to do a shot. But if I'm thinking that, usually the market's going to do opposite what I'm thinking, right? So it's like going sideways and it decides to do a shot, because normally what happens is I'm like, it's not going to do its shot yet. It's not going to do its shot yet. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait, you know, kind of like what people are waiting for that 10K Bitcoin, right? They're still waiting for 10K Bitcoin. Can you believe this crap? Like, I'm waiting for 28,300, huh? And they're still waiting for 10,000. Like, you got a long drop to go, brother. You got a long drop to go, man. So, but I'd be sitting here waiting, and then next thing you know, you're like, I ain't going to do it. And then what happens right over here? You're like over here in October, November, and then boom, it gets up there. And you're like, oh, man, what the hell what was I thinking, man? Why didn't I just drop at least a little bit in there? So that's what I do, guys, you know. So in an asset like this, so what do you do to alleviate all the pain? Well, you don't be stupid and throw your life savings into this coin. Just take a little bit. You're like, okay, this is kind of like I'm pretty confident that this one is going to be trending up sometime in the future. So what amount am I willing to part with to make sure I have a position just in case it does pump, right? Okay. Now, what's your risk? I think in this situation with Crust Network or Velo coin, is your risk is going to be, it just goes sideways for a period of time, and then you have your capital locked up and not making gains for you, okay, in this market. And that very well could happen. I think that's the biggest risk that you have right now with those coins, is you'll have capital in there and it'll go sideways. It won't make much, but then you have that potential for a 1 or 2x real quick. Okay. That could happen too. So it all depends on how you want to balance it out. Just, I would put enough in there where, hey, I want to have a little bit of a position. Now, you might not like the coin. That's fine. You're like, Greg, this coin sucks. You leave a comment. What are you doing, man? What's wrong with you, man? Did you check tokenomics? You know, something like that. Hey, to each its own, right? So at the end of the day, that's what you want to do. If you don't like it, you know, do it with another one. You're like, okay, I'm confident in this one, okay? that's going to be around for sure. I think Crust Network, I don't think it's going to go to zero. I don't think Velo coin is going to go to zero, guys, but you never ever know. You never know. So let's go over Bitcoin real quick. Let's see what it's got going on here. Go to a daily chart, and I still think like it's going to come down to those areas. You know, you got your bears, they're waiting for 10,000. I mean, look at this chart, man. Hey, look at this chart right now. These guys are still waiting for a $10,000 Bitcoin. You know, like boom, 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 boom. And they're still down here waiting for the $10,000 Bitcoin, guys. It's like, look, those guys are gonna FOMO in, guys. They're gonna feel max pain. They're gonna feel max pain because they're gonna enter in like in these areas over here. That's the bearish folks that are letting people thinking that it's going to come down to here. That's even 14,000. 10,000 is way down here, guys, and they're thinking that that's going to be going on. Those folks are the ones, those leaders, if you will, or influencers, right? They're going to get these people that do it over here. They're going to run up and then come through here and exit out of here. It'll go back up and they'll enter in and same thing all over again, guys, that pay attention to that type of information. Unfortunately, that's how the markets work, guys. That's what makes up this market. That's how this chart was created. It was not created by Bitcoin. It's created by the folks FOMOing in and out and shorting and buying and selling Bitcoin. That's how it is. It's a behavior. This is a massive behavior wave created by behaviors, guys. This is more. You have technicals and numbers, which the algorithms are going to follow. And the good thing about algorithms is they don't use emotion. That's the huge benefit of them. But this is created from emotion. So, and the $10,000 people, influencers, are going to create a FOMO wave up here. And I think the FOMO is really not going to set in. I was thinking of Bitcoin. I'm still waiting for 35 to 36 to see if maybe we get some FOMO. But I'm thinking now that like they're so apprehensive, they're probably going to wait for 48 or 50K. And they go, oh, I feel safe now. I feel safe now. I can enter into Bitcoin at 50K. Look, it's almost at the top. So it must be going up to break all-time highs. Whatever freaking logic or reason they're going to come up with, man, to come up with it, enter in right there. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen, guys. So, all right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.